Ready? You ready?
I'm ready. She should be ready. Okay.
She's on the way. All right, well, I want to call this meeting to order. I want to welcome everybody. It's February 18th, 2020. Official time is 6 o'clock. I need approval of the agenda at this time.
Mr. Chair, I make the motion that we approve the agenda as presented.
Very well. You second is approved. All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Ayes have it. Thank you very much. It's our pleasure tonight. Mr. Wayne Greer, the chaplain and captain of the Jones County Fire Department, is going to open us up in an invocation and pledge.
Let's pray. Father, we're grateful for your love for us shown through your Son, our only hope of eternity, through him. I pray for these men that you would give them wisdom to make decisions which would work for the betterment of our community and provide a safe place for us to live. We pray you give them wisdom to do so. Pray for those in our county who serve, that your hand will be on them and protect them and guide them as they help us so much. We pray this meeting will be for the betterment of our county. In Christ's name, amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Wayne, hold on a minute.
We'll give you a bill.
Got something for you, right?
All right, we have no planning and zoning. We have a board appointment tonight. Ready? It's an appointment to Tax Assessor Board. It's an appointment for 6 years. This appointment is Ms. Suzanne Worthing to the board. Commissioner Kitchens, I think this is your district.
I happily make a motion, Chairman.
Happy to make a motion. Do we have a happily second motion?
Second.
Second. Any discussion? If none, all in favor, aye?
Aye.
Ayes have it. We appreciate Ms. Worthing stepping up and serving on the board. All right, we got our consent agenda and approval for the minutes. We had a work session on February 4th, 2020 at 5 p.m. We also had the first Tuesday, February 4th, 2020, and executive session that same night at 2020. Everybody had an opportunity to look at the minutes? And if so?
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion that we approve the consent agenda and the approval of the minutes.
All right, we have a motion. We have a second?
Second.
Second. Any more discussion? None. All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Ayes have it. Thank you. Mr. Ray Clark's not with us tonight, correct? He's going to reschedule?
Right, we're going to look to reschedule him for March 3rd.
Yes.
Right. Mr. Goins, we might get out here at 6:20, like you said. All right, new business. We've got the Bradley Wayside auction lease. Mr. Risner?
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman. This is one that the board has talked about before, and in your packet, you've got the current lease, and you've got the letter from the current tenant, the current holder of the lease, asking for it to be transferred to new owners, and you also have a letter from one of the would-be new owners of the or the new leaseholders, and so I think you probably have a couple options before you if you're interested in doing this. You could transfer the existing lease, which runs out, I believe, at the end of September, or you could opt to just do an entirely new lease with Valerie Johnson and William Johnson. I think the current lease was a 2-year lease, and so that would be an option that you can consider as well if you'd rather go ahead and do it for a longer duration.
And this is a lease basically transferring between family members, correct?
That's correct.
Okay. Any questions or comments?
All the, everything that's in the existing lease transfers to the new leasee, correct?
That's right. I think if you just do a transfer, then everything would apply to the new owners.
So we still have 60-day withdrawal clause on either side, you know, if in the event something else goes wrong or something happens, or.
That's correct.
And Attorney's not here. She looked over it and everything good on, as far as.
If you want to
transfer.
just stand at ease for just a minute, I can
Yeah.
see if I can find her.
Okay.
Stand at ease.
Military, right?
Everywhere, I heard that.
I hadn't heard that in a long time.
Stand at ease. Is that a military
Military.
saying?
Stand at ease,
All
soldier.
right, stand at ease.
Stand at ease, soldier. There she is, Jason.
Oh, Jason, come on.
Attention, sir.
Holler at Jason, he's looking for you. Here he comes.
I apologize, I didn't know you were holding the meeting. I didn't know I was holding up the meeting.
You're fine.
Holding up the world, can't miss emotion.
I was hoping I was gonna have two babies to keep up with up there.
Put them back in attention, sir.
Have you had, what was the question, Commissioner Kitchen?
If the attorney had an opportunity to look over the, well, maybe not the lease, because the lease was already approved, so it hadn't changed, but the fact of transferring the lease, if everything's okay with doing that. if
So
could
we
do-
can sublet, now, this is the same lease that I've reviewed, right? The old one, okay. Yeah, what we need to do is sublet under this lease. That'll give y'all time too, between now and October, to make sure everything's being paid on time and that it's operating the way that you all want it to without there being any problems. And then just renew a new lease, with the people that are taking over the auction come October would probably be what I would recommend.
So subleasing Miss Valerie Rice Johnson.
Because too, the son that we're leasing it to now, his letter did not request that we terminate, it requests that we
Transfer.
transfer.
Right.
So, that would be more of a subletting situation.
And the lease says no subletting by the leasee, but we can sublet.
Yes.
I got you. That's what I wanted to make sure that we were in our rights to do that.
Yes.
While you're asking the questions, would you like, I'd entertain a motion at this time.
So moved. I'm sorry.
There you go.
Motion to approve the subleasing of the Wayside Auction Facility.
I have a
Second.
motion, I have a second. Very well. Are we making you happy?
You guys are, really.
Any more discussion? None, all in favor, aye? Aye. Ayes have it. Thank you. Mr. Goins, youth tennis.
Yes, sir. Good evening, Chairman, Commissioners. I come tonight to ask for consideration of starting a youth tennis association. This would be more headed up by my department, but it will be assisted by 3 people. That's Davey Harrison, Sandy Harrison, and Tom Bates. These are people who are tennis coaches out at Healy Point Tennis Club. And they are very interested in helping get started. And so what you have there, the flyer, is basically a county carnival, basically trying to see who in Jones County is interested in a youth tennis program. So what I'm asking permission is that, one, if this carnival comes off great and we have a large number of kids, or even a good number of kids in the county that wants to be part of a youth tennis program, can we move forward with putting it together? We want to be able to tell those families something the day that they come to this event. As you can see, we don't have a location or a call yet, because I left it kind of bland there, because I want to make sure we get approval before we went throwing too much. But we do have some sponsors for that day, to make sure it's going to be a good, fun-packed day. And again, Mr. Harrison and Miss Harrison and Mr. Tom's going to be doing most of the instruction stuff and demonstrations and talking over what to be taught and how the youth program. It's really more of a what some counties would refer to as a feeder program for your youth and high school, middle school and high school tennis programs. So that's what we would like to start. So what I'm here tonight is to ask permission to start a youth tennis program in Jones County Parks and Recreation.
Motion to approve.
The youth tennis program.
I think it's a great idea. One question, where would it be our normal playing area and practicing area? Is it all at once?
So, 2 things. With your approval to move forward, assuming I get it here in just a few minutes, I'm going to go sit down with the athletic director of the high school And if we outgrow our 2 courts there at 18, then, move over, again, with our relationship we already have with them, move over and utilize their courts. Hopefully utilize their courts as well. Again, the pickleball that we're moving forward with wouldn't hinder this, wouldn't affect it. They would actually just coexist on the same courts.
I gotta look up pickleball.
Hey, listen, it's a big
Yeah, I don't
thing,
know what
right?
it is either.
Hey, listen.
Mr. Kitchen, was that a
Come-
second, or?
That's absolutely second. That's, it's one of the only sports that's self-sustaining.
Can I ask you a question that's not legal related, but sort of from a citizen's point of view? May I?
There was a motion and a
Oh,
second.
yes. Keep me in line.
Any
Does
more
it
discussion? No. Any more discussion?
I have discussion. From a citizen's point of view, are you all planning on breaking it up? It says for all ages. Like, I have a 4-year-old, but I would not want my 4-year-old out there with a 12-year-old.
Yes, it will be broken up in ages.
And that'll be detailed out and,
Once we know how many participants we have, we'll be able to break it out at that point.
okay.
Right now, it would be too hard to say without knowing how many
Right.
participants you got.
At least 2.
Yeah.
And I know you haven't gone this far, but I'm assuming USA Tennis Association for Teens, you're heading that direction?
Hopefully, once we get the program up and moving, we can then apply for grants and hopefully, yes, sir.
So they have a youth program at Healy Point, right? Or is it just an open?
I think it's just an open.
Okay. I know it's a good one. I know a lot of people talk about it and
Any more discussion? If not, all in favor, aye?
Aye.
Aye, so unanimous.
Thank you.
Thank
No old business, department heads. Yep, we're at department head. Mr. Pelkey?
Just to give you an update on a few of the projects that we have, Project 5 has officially started, the rehab of it. Of course, the weather has been an issue for a lot of the projects, but they've got the portable pump out running, and now they're gonna start the inside. At Deer Run, the lift station there, they've got the new rail in, the pump is set and running, and they're in the process of changing out the manholes, waiting for the weather to clear. So, happy to see that.
All right, thank you, sounds great. You good?
I'm good, yes, sir.
Mr. Risner? Wow, we're gonna beat that 620 if we keep going.
Got personnel tonight.
Matt said 620.
Okay.
Shannon said 6:45 unless you talk long. You got anything, Mr. Wagner? Wow. Citizen comments. Anybody tonight like to come forward? None? Well, we'll move on to commissioner comments. Mr. Robinson, you want to start tonight?
I don't have anything, thank you.
Wow, we're gonna beat it. Commissioner Martin?
30 seconds or less. I'm excited that our employees are engaged in the process. Thank you, Matt, and the other department heads for having a courageous conversation with us. Keep up the good work.
Mr. Pitt?
Yes, I got 2 things. Want the board to get their input on with the census coming up. Maybe putting something in the water bill in there so that people know about the census, make sure they participate in the census because it's so important. And also I sent an email to the commissioners about with our AARP livable community designation, there's some grants that we can apply for seniors 55 and older. So did any commission have any thoughts of something that we could apply for? I did reach out to the senior center, and they're actually throwing around some ideas about some things that they would like. They like the plots, I think, that Matt in Parks and Recreation did for them some years back, where they kind of grow some different things for fruit plots. So they're trying to throw out some ideas because I think the grant is due in April, if I'm not mistaken. So if you have any ideas, please share them, and let's toss it around and go from there. Thank you, Chairman.
Thank you. Commissioner Kitchen?
I don't have anything, Chairman.
Wow, quiet tonight. Let's see what else we got left. They don't, looks like we got executive session tonight. Okay, well, just about it. I need a motion to adjourn to executive session for personnel.
Mr. Chairman, make the motion we adjourn to go into executive session for personnel.
Second.
Second, all in favor, aye?
Aye.
Ayes have it. Well, I thought we were getting ready to get out of here showing up.
Loves tennis and golf.
I didn't look down and see.